Come on. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Till the risk, I was never at the hit. I would never get this off my chest, though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything.
Well, the summer beach weather may be long gone, but still a tremendous afternoon for football here in Los Angeles, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Los Angeles Rams.
Keep playing hard. Let him know. 180.
Let him know. Let him know. Let him know.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Now you won. Tighten up. Maverick wall. Check 26. Check the. Hardball.
Gone. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Switch. Value three. Hold on. Check. Hey, exit.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Here's gone. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
11. Hey, Foxtrot. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Watch the curl. Check three. Hold on. Check.
Double up. He's coming. Double up. Shoot.
From the gun on 3rd down. Goff. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's
looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Goff now to throw. He's got Smith here. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A pickup of 5 that time and a first down.
Watch twins. Jim. Check out.
On first down, it's Gurley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
61.
They'll run. This is Darrell Henderson. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 36, Goff, complete. Smith has it. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Alert 3.
Merlin.
He gets this one to Johnson. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Come on now, let's go. Come on. Check 52, come on. On that, baby, on that. Five. Value 3. Switch gears.
On first down, it's gone. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hey, lift!
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Throwing again on second down. Goff. And that'll be incomplete. Jordan Thomas, the one he was looking for. And it's third down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football.
Wahoo! Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
It's our field.
Super one.
Field. Hey, it's our
Value one.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
We're good.
We'll see.
Throwing on third. Gone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, no doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On second down, Kamara. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for third down. Throw, Bridgewater into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point up and through, and that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 10 yards, good for his Saints. First down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give him a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Looking to throw again on second down. Bridgewater buying time to his left. And that's going to be incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And they'll get him down up past the 15. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Gurley again here on first down. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, echo.
Out of the gun, Goff. He gets it to Cooks. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 22 yards there, a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, LA! Brandon Cooks scoring a touchdown against his former mates. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Open man is Michael Thomas. A Saints first down there on a gain of 11. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Running with Kamara. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. From the gun, Bridgewater. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Go. Mike 22, Mike. Listen. What we got? Mike 22.
Gone. And he's going to go down again. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On 2nd and 7, Bridgewater looking long for Thomas. It got his man complete. An excellent gain, 35 yards. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Emerson Griffin in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. After the sack on first down, Bridgewater airing it out deep for Smith. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Teron Johnson able to pick it. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
Back to throw, Goff. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Well, it's not every day you see a defense pick the ball off and already have 6 points without moving.
And on that play, no distance to run. Similar play, although it didn't happen right in the end zone, but you remember that Washington-Los Angeles Super Bowl where Joe Theismann tried to throw the screen pass? I can't remember the number, but he tried to throw the screen pass, and Jack Squire got it with no one around and just waltzed in and pretty much broke their backs. That's a similar play, although this one didn't have to run at all.
Here we go. Stats guy Johnny on the spot. Super Bowl 18, 38-9. It was in Tampa. Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
What? Like 20. Here
I come. Slip.
We're good. We're good.
Check 3. Check 50. Check 50.
Now on 2nd and 13. Goff. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Von Bell. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
You mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
12. Hey, Alpha.
47.
To throw is gone. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. Goff finding Cooks on a big play. And even 40 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hey, Delta.
52.
Hey, 76. 76. 76.
Now it's gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Any day. Max 22, Max 22.
Kill. Twist. No. DC. Slam.
Now gone. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Hey, high 7.
From the gun, here's Goff. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Kamara. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. The Saints on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by David Long. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
20.
2nd and 6. At the 21-yard line.
Go ground.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Goff. And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Hey, orbit.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, zoom.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Complete here. It's Hyde. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Saints' 10-yard line.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
I got it.
14.
Now gone. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Jordan Thomas with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21 all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Bridgewater. Going up top. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They give him a gain of 38.
First down, Saints.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Bridgewater. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd and 10, Bridgewater. And Thomas has it. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Hendrickson in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Max 22, Max 22.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line.
76, tell him. 76. 76.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Two.
Gone. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A gain there of 30 big ones. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Let's go, fellas.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. On 1st and 10, Goff. Going to flare this one out to Gurley in the flat. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
20.
Let's go. 52 is the mic right here over there, right? 52 is the mic.
Now it's gone. He gets it to Gurley, complete. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Go! Mike 52, Mike 52. I'm scared.
2 for 1.
Mike 52.
12. 12.
Now gone. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. He's back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. And he'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
Hey, Haywood. Check, 47. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Back to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Bridgewater. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. This quarterback now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Bridgewater. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, but it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. First throw in overtime for Goff. Throwing right, and that's complete.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Hey, let's get this, get this.
Hey, team 6, team 6.
52.
Goff on 3rd down. He gets it to Cooks. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Now Goff gets this into the hands of Brandon Cooks. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Tiger.
Check, 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 check.
Go, 12, go. Hey, Foxtrot.
Throwing again is gone. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
He wasn't ready.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive.
22's coming, Mike.
Hey, Swahoo.
Mike 22.
Hey, tighten down. There you go. Hey, 5.
22's coming, Mike.
Goff throwing again. And that's caught inside the 30. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the first down in the process. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, Shell. Hey, Echo.
47's the mic, 47's the mic. Not here. 47 mic, 47 mic.
Here's Gall. Johnson's got it complete. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down. And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play calling to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light still on for him.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
We go, 76. 76.
Five.
I
can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Super one.
Now it's gone. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Los Angeles, they're not going to go quietly here as the wind moves them now.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad, though. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more Modesto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, dame pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board like I'm keeping score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet pointed guard.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Hey, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, count it up. Hey, 100s and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she want it like me cause her like she can count on him. She try to be nosy and hit her max, she like, girl, you can count on